watching the South Texas News Leader. This is 3 News at 10.
The U.S. is now facing a heightened security threat after the bombing on Iran's nuclear facilities, what officials are saying. Plus, Corpus Christi could soon have more firefighters on the job thanks to a multi-million-dollar grant, and a longtime ExxonMobil office in Baytown is no more.
Hey there, y'all. I'm meteorologist Kristen Walla. Daily rain chances are going to be in play this week heading into our 7-day forecast. So our triple-digit feels like temperatures. Tropics, we also have an update that chance for development has gone up in the Atlantic. We'll talk about it here in a bit.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for staying up late with us. I'm Bill Churchwell. We begin tonight with a new warning from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security following the U.S. strike on Iran's nuclear facilities. The U.S. is now facing a heightened security threat with low-level cyber attacks on American networks likely. The Pentagon is also releasing new details about the strike. ABC's Perry Russell has the latest.
Tonight, the B-2 bombers arriving back at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. Our affiliate KMBC recording this video of the plane's landing after carrying out the attack against Iran.
It took a great deal of precision, it involved misdirection, and the highest of operational security.
The Pentagon detailing the attack called Operation Midnight Hammer. 125 aircraft involved with 75 precision-guided weapons. About a dozen B-2 bombers taking off from Missouri early Saturday morning. About half of them a decoy group heading west toward Guam with trackable movements. A short time later, 7 more B-2s taking off, but this time heading east, directly toward Iran, with no transponders and minimal communications. The attack focusing on 3 targets, all Iranian nuclear sites.
But initial battle damage assessments indicate that all 3 sites sustained extremely severe damage and destruction.
New satellite imagery shows the aftermath of the attack. It includes these apparent holes at the underground Fordo nuclear plant, where the 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs were dropped, digging deep into the ground before exploding.
We know that the president was happy with it, so if the Iranians don't hit back at the U.S. or its allies, this could be the end of the U.S. involvement.
Vice President J.D. Vance on This Week.
The big question is the United States now at war with Iran?
No, we're not at war with Iran, John. We're at war with Iran's nuclear program.
President Trump now appearing to entertain the idea of a regime change in Iran, with Trump posting online, if the current Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, why wouldn't there be a regime change? Perry Russell, ABC News, Washington.
U.S. attacks on Iran's nuclear sites could lead to higher gas prices. The price of oil rose. The Associated Press reports the price of crude oil, the international standard, went up nearly 4%, or $80 a barrel. U.S. crude oil rose just over 4% to $77 a barrel. And here at home, local gas prices are holding steady for now. The average cost of regular unleaded in Corpus Christi is $2.83, with diesel priced at $3.14. Statewide, the average price for regular unleaded comes in at $2.85. The U.S. involvement in the conflict is raising new questions here at home about the decision-making process behind the strikes. Yesterday, we spoke with 3 News political analyst Dr. Bill Criss, who says while the military action might have been quick, the political fallout could last much longer. Criss says the president's actions will be under a microscope.
There's just no way to know what's going to happen. War is incredibly unpredictable. You're going to have Republicans and Democrats who are going to be critical of the fact that this was done unilaterally. There is in the War Powers Act a specific provision for how the president is supposed to consult with 8 members of the Senate and the House of Representatives before taking action like this.
Dr. Criss notes that in the coming days, lawmakers are likely to engage in intensified debates as they evaluate the Trump administration's compliance with protocols. The Corpus Christi Fire Department getting the green light from city leaders for new funding that could boost staffing levels. It's called the SAFER Grant, and our Lydia Herrera has a closer look at what this could mean for local response.
Right now, the fire chief says they have 455 firefighters on staff, but to be fully staffed with 4-person crews, they need 541. He says this $4 million grant could make a big difference for the fire department and those they serve.
We don't have, we're not in a staffing shortage. What we're looking to do is to increase our staffing number to meet a national standard.
That standard, set by the National Fire Protection Association, recommends a minimum of 4 firefighters per fire truck. Something Fire Chief Brandon Wade says with the SAFER grant could help them achieve this and a faster response time.
From the time the call comes in to us getting on scene is within 8 minutes, at least 90% of the time, to achieve that goal.
Right now, we only have 8 of our 22 apparatus with 4-person staffing. So the fire department needs 86 more positions in order for us to put 4 persons on every fire truck every day and meet that national standard.
If we don't apply right now, there's not going to be an option.
Wade making his case for the $4 million grant at Tuesday's City Council meeting.
That helps to supplement the money that it costs to hire the additional firefighters, and will cover them for 3 years at a percentage each year.
But it would mean the city would also have to pay out. The grant includes a city cash match requirement, 25% in the first and second years, and 65% in the third. In total, the city will need to contribute $1.6 million. Corpus Christi City Manager Peter Zanoni says meeting that match required the city to consider 2 options.
To be able to do this, we would need a property tax rate increase or some massive reductions, and you're talking probably eliminating, whole departments somewhere.
Several city council members had mixed reactions to the possibility of a property tax increase.
I know it's a lot of money, and I know it is a big commitment, but I think that that's the wise thing to do.
I would support it as a referendum, but I don't think it is in our best interest to vote for it ourselves without getting the taxpayers' approval.
Chief Wade says he brought the grant forward now because the application deadline is June 3rd. The city's budget will be presented on July 29, and that's when the City Council will consider to move forward with the SAFER grant or withdraw the application. Back to you.
We are hoping to learn more details this week from officials out in Duval County after a Benavides man in jail custody was reportedly taken to a hospital and died on Thursday.
Justice for Eric! Justice for my brother! Justice for Eric!
That rally held outside the courthouse and jail on Saturday. Details are still limited, but the family of Eric Perez says he died at the hospital after being taken there from the Duval County Jail, where he was being held for public intoxication. His family is now left searching for answers.
When I saw my son, I was in shock. He was beaten so bad. He had bumps all over his head, all around. I walked around him. I saw the back. I couldn't see the backside, but I saw the sides, his forehead, his cheeks. It was the right side. It was all, the skin was all scraped off.
3 News reached out to the Duval County Sheriff several times to confirm the details, but so far we have not received a response. We'll keep you updated. And tonight, 2 parents face murder charges after allegedly shoving their daughter into a drawer because she, quote, cried too much. According to court documents, this happened in May of last year at a motel in Houston. Records show a housekeeper found the girl tucked inside the drawer with a towel pushed around the edges to keep it closed. Both parents are now in custody. San Antonio Animal Care Services is asking for the public's help identifying a man caught on video dropping off a suitcase. Inside, police say they found a dead dog. Now, the video was captured by a homeowner's security camera. A woman discovered the suitcase hours later, noticing tape wrapped around it and a strong odor. Authorities say the dog was a small terrier mix and was not microchipped. It is unclear how the dog died, but police are investigating.
There's no reason whatsoever to put an animal in a suitcase, dead or alive. So to me, it's very, very dark and very bad.
Police are hoping someone recognizes the man and comes forward to help with the investigation. Check out this site. It took just moments for a 10-story office building near Houston to be reduced to rubble. The longtime ExxonMobil office in Baytown, a fixture for 50 years, was brought down in a controlled demolition. Vacant since last year, the building's removal is part of ExxonMobil's plan to update its facilities after moving its corporate headquarters to Houston in 2022.
I'm still excited, and we have a lot of our family here, and this is a landmark, and it'll be different to drive by and not have that 10-story building there.
Friends, family, and neighbors gathered to witness the historic moment, reflecting on the building's significance and what it represented to the community there. ExxonMobil's site manager says while the skyline might be changing, this demolition marks not an end, but the beginning of a new chapter. Turning to weather, it's been a beautiful day across the area. Let's check in now with meteorologist Kristen Walla for a look at what we can expect tonight and the rest of the week.
Hey there, Bill. Temperatures this afternoon got into the upper 90s. 95 here in Corpus Christi, so that is a couple of degrees above average for this time of year. Thankfully, we were still a good ways off from that record high of 100. Nice view outside right now on this Sunday night, looking from our Lex cam at the Harbor Bridges, both of them there. 83 right now, though it feels about 10 degrees hotter. That's thanks to our dew points. They have gone up since we last left you this evening by about 5 degrees. So instead of 73, it's sitting at 78 and making those temperatures in the 80s feel more like we are in the 90s still here at 10:45 p.m. Heading into tonight, those dew points also going to help prevent our temperatures from really dropping all that much tonight. We're getting into the mid and upper 70s around the coastal bend, even some lower 80s right at the coast. And you'll notice the cooler temperatures are found further inland, but we take a look at the afternoon highs, the warmer temperatures found inland. That's because it's a little less humid the further inland you get away from the Gulf humidity. 94 in Corpus Christi tomorrow, and again a little bit warmer the further inland you go into the mid and possibly even some upper 90s, some upper 80s right at the coast, but it's going to be feeling like we're in the triple digits across a lot of the area, including at the coast where those upper 80s are. This is all thanks to that humidity. It's going to feel like 104 in Corpus Christi, so again add about 10 degrees to whatever the air temperature is. That's what it's going to be feeling like outside, and that's the temperature, the feels like temperature, that you need to be dressing for and preparing for heading into your work week and into your Monday. Bill?
Now, too hot for me, thank you. Well, still to come here on 3 News at 10 o'clock. Before they made it to the NBA Finals, they made a name for themselves on a much smaller court in North Texas. We'll take you to their hometowns with humble beginnings.
Got something?